Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance. Where today, gonna give this another shot. Jacob and Esau, Delirium. I'm just gonna focus on trying to get Delirium done rather than try to see if I can do either Mother and or Delirium. We're just gonna try one, and hopefully that is going to work out wonderfully. Homing bombs is not exactly the kind of start that I'm obviously hoping for, but I'm sure it's gonna work out fine. At least it gives us a couple bombs to try and find a secret room with, and maybe we'll find 2 copies of Rock Bottom and some sort of invincibility, and then we'll be good. If that is not the case, then I am a little concerned, but we'll see what we can make happen, I suppose. Making it a little bit close here and there with our big old 2-person bodies, but it's sort of working out so far. We can just keep up the not getting hit at all status, then we should be fine. But certainly, I hate this. There is a mod that makes the Delirium portal open every time at the end of the chest and the lamb and such. And perhaps if it just truly becomes a disaster, I'll just resort to that just to make life a little bit simpler on both myself and the overall viewing experience. But for now, I'd rather just try and do it regularly until I have to make that decision, I suppose. That's a lot of cards. I'm pausing the game to think. I'm just gonna quickly, we got the Ace of Clubs, we got Stars, 2 of Hearts, Devil, and the Get Out of Jail Free card. The Ace of Clubs is a little tempting just to get some more bombs to go along with what I currently have. 2 of Hearts is okay. Get Out of Jail Free card could be good if we're not finding many keys, and so far we are not, so that could end up being pretty important. And I wouldn't mind a soul heart, so I'm just gonna probably check out the shop to see if there is one there so I can give Jacob one. It's taking a minute to kill these enemies, but fair enough. And whatever that is, that's Soul of the Forgotten. Careful now. It is Soul of the Forgotten. I might actually take that instead of anything else, realistically. Let's just put that there. 3 coins. If there is indeed a Soul Heart, we can actually afford it now, so that's good. Very nice. If there is not a Soul Heart, I'm sad. I'm a little sad, but simultaneously a little happy. Because at least this will give us some more options as well. This will give us some reasonable damage for a while as well, and that's the sacrifice room. Okay, pretty slow basement 1, but it'll have to do. I'm gonna do this, even though I'm going to regret it. I didn't regret it. That's a surprise. Okay. I don't have any more keys, but we have a Get Out of Jail Free card, so we got something going on. So that's good. There's no super secret room there. We'll just real quickly check this room out, and then we're on our way, just in case there's like a bunch of consumables in it, but nope. It is probably in like the bottom left or something like that. I don't know where it is. It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. We're gonna quickly do, with quickly I mean we are running out of time here, but fair enough. Boop. Turn all of that into bombs and just move on like that. At least we'll have some consumables to work with. It's not ideal, but it'll do. And with the fire of the candle, I'm hoping that we can clear the remaining floors a little bit quicker, because that is going to deal a lot of damage to especially the enemies at the start of the game, so I'm hoping that'll be just fine. This is a room. Come on. There we go. Could probably use Soul of the Forgotten here, but I don't want to overcomplicate things at all. So I'm not going to. I'm just checking if there is a secret room near anything that I want to get into. It doesn't look like there is a secret room for at least getting into the God, I forgot about that. This is horrendous. Doesn't look like there's a secret room next to either the shop or the item room, so we're just gonna move on. I guess I'll take that on you. But not ideal. Really could use a key. There might be a secret room over here. Nope, that's a surprise. With the tier rate that we have with 2 characters, I might as well, I guess, try to destroy every poop in the hope that we get some soul hearts and things out of that. Maybe a tinted rock in this big room. There is many rocks in this room, after all, so there's at least a reasonable chance. So far, fine. Probably want to go for angel rooms as well, which is a choice. Obviously, brimstone would be ideal, but I just don't see it happen. I feel like particularly trying to gamble on one item in the game is never going to work out, so I will just not bother that time. Fortunately, it was not Jacob that got hit by the spiders there, so that worked out in its own special way, I suppose. And I need to make sure I'm actually hitting with these flames, because it is not exactly working out. I feel like I should just go for Mother. Even though I did specifically say that I shouldn't try to have those thoughts. We're just going to do this for a minute. And do that. And then we both get healed by the Yum Heart. Although I think one of them only got hit for half a heart. The Jacob there. If I saw that correctly. I'm not sure if I did see that correctly. It's a little... I'm unsure, but I'm pretty sure Jacob hadn't taken damage yet until that point. You... Let's just go and heal up. Touch that for fun. I really could use 1 key so we could enter our shop. There is a tinted rock here. Alright. that is specifically what I asked for. It's not... it'll do. It'll do. It's a little bit of a weird way to get what I want, but yeah, it is what it is. I will happily take that, I suppose, over not getting keys. The sacrifice room, as tempting as it is, might not be the way to go right now. Fortunately, it was Jacob that time getting hit, since I will be trying to go for angel rooms, so we can get multiple items with several characters. Hoping for the best, this seems unlikely, but that's sometimes what you gotta go for, I guess. Money-wise, we're good. Speed-wise, we are still in a bit of a predicament. If we can get either that trinket that always opens the door, which I don't know if I have that even unlocked, or Mom Mega, that would be lovely. I will take that. And also just get that too. There was a bomb for 3 coins, but I don't think I want that. It was a big floor, actually. And with that, we will be going to the caves. 7-minute basement. I'm hoping the caves is going to be a little bit lighter on everything, because quite frankly, this is worrying me. My health situation isn't great because we are not really getting soul hearts ever. But perhaps the caves is the place where these things improve. Ultimately, we could also just do a chest run and hope that we get a portal at the end of the day, of course. If we are going to be too slow, then that's the only choice we have as well. Outside of maybe going for Mega Satan, but that's also just not ideal, since doing Mega Satan with these characters is... It tends to go poorly, I found. It's probably the most reliable non-hush method of getting to the boss, but it's so difficult with these characters, so it's rough. I will just take that on you, I suppose. Ace of Diamonds, it's not too bad. That's a little bit more Angel Room chance as well. This, I need you to just be in the right place for a minute here, but should be able to handle this with 1 character if I can. I don't have the range to hit this flame with Jacob. Ay, ay, ay. Absolute mess. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing about these characters as well is that ultimately you can only do so much. So if the game doesn't want to give me a delirium run, then we're just not going to have a delirium run. It's just a shame that we have nothing left to do on these characters that we could do as an alternative, except for Mother, which I can already no longer do with this run due to the path we have taken. Not sure if Dad's Key or something would change that, or something like get out of jail free card. I don't think it opens the door to the place I would want to go to, but I suppose it would be not the strangest method in the world in terms of opening a door that has ever been used, so yeah, not sure. Let's just go up and down a lot. Hope that works out. I really hope we just get an angel room instantly, because quite frankly, this is, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare character that no one truly appreciates, but hopefully by the time, we've had an Apollyon run recently that was just real messy, and then it got real good around the end, and I'm hoping that today is just going to be one of those runs that just ends up working out somewhere along the end point. I'm going to do this big room with the Ace of Diamonds, I think, because I kind of have to. Ooh, that's a lot of money. I turned a couple of pickups here into coins as well, which might not be ideal, but yeah, it is what it is. We got 2 luck on one character. I haven't found my item room yet, even though we've seen the biggest caves floor in the land. Yeah, that candle is helping out a lot with damage, but I need more. I need a lot more. It's definitely not going to be enough to kill Hush with. This is, I mean, it's something. Is this going to work out? Is this just going to kill me? Because I feel like death is like inevitable with this. I don't think I can take that. Because I'm definitely just going to blow up the other character. So that's good. Useless item room. That's my favorite flavor of item room after all. So wonderful. Let's see what we got over here. It is the Carrion Queen. Also just realized I forgot to use Souls of Forgotten to just use on the Temperance Machine earlier. Mostly I just want to get like a heart container. And I think the Temperance Machine would have been a way to maybe get that. Since Esau is just not having health, which is a little worrying. So far he's gotten hit once, and he hasn't actually picked up a heart yet this run. He's picked up the Yum heart, and that is the only heart that he's so far picked up or seen. So it's... yeah. Alright, there you go. You got some more health. You get to be a little tinier. There is... Okay, there is the Void. There is the Soul. We can only pick one because I only have one key. There's a Ring of Protection on the top left. There is the... What is that? Angelic Prism, right. Okay. Okay. We're gonna go with that. I'm not gonna fight the Angel. I ran into the red poop by accident, and we're just gonna keep on moving. I think fighting the Angel wouldn't have been a terrible choice just because, honestly, the Mega Satan route is just very tempting. It is starting to feel a lot of a safer method of doing this particular thing right here, but yeah. I need you to walk into this repeatedly. There you go. There we go. That's what you want to see. Get a little bit of a speed up there as well. Just do the same on this side, but quite frankly, if we get another one, that'll be sort of a miracle. And that's why the Soul of the Forgotten is good. What I'm actually just gonna do here as well. Yeah, you only get half a heart with the other character that doesn't have the Yum heart equipped, unfortunately, but that's fine. We have 10 bombs, so I'm not gonna worry about that too much. Not a secret room there, that's interesting. That's a shame as well, since the curse room is right there, but yeah, fair enough. It'll do. Like, we have an okay build so far. It's not, like, mind-blowing. The Soul is really nice to have, for sure. But, I mean, it's not gonna beat Hush. It's not gonna beat Hush, it's not gonna beat Delirium. So, hopefully, we can do something about that. I think there's a secret room to the right of this room, but I didn't want to figure out how I was going to move there. Might not be a secret room there, actually. It's just that the room layout looks like it has some potential at least, but we'll see it when we see it. There is a pill there. I don't think I want to bother. Hello? Occasionally enemies don't want to die, and that's fair. I can respect that, but I prefer if they didn't waste my time with it. I'm gonna look for a secret room. Joker card, very nice. You get that. Tarot cloth, tempting. I really want to find a secret room, and I want to find an item room, obviously. At least this floor is going reasonably quickly so far. Hopefully we can keep that up. Rooms like that are nice. That's a big room waiting for us, which inevitably is going to lead to the item room, but perhaps not. Secret room-wise, we'll see. Might be here, is what I'm thinking, but let's see what we have. Another big room, good. Excellent. I was worried that we weren't going to waste a lot of time on this floor, but fortunately, the game decided to be kind this day. To remove my worries in a single instant, but I do feel fairly comfortable about this. Very good. No thingy. No rock bottom. That's really the main thing. There was no rock bottom available there, and that is unfortunate. With that red stew, that was my instant reaction. Like, if we can get that to happen on this floor, it would be magical, admittedly, but still, it would have really simplified things a lot for the remainder of this run. Still gonna get red stew, but it'll just not be quite as effective for as long as a period of time. That's questionable. It's an interesting combination with Yumhard, actually, but I don't think it's realistic. I do not think that is going to work out in my favor at all, so we're just going to keep on moving. It's fine. We have a 28% chance. I suppose that's fine. We can have that. 28% chance of an angel room, 16% of a devil deal. Not loving these odds. Because quite frankly, I really just want to have the angel room so we can get multiple items, hopefully. The soul is actually helping me out a lot here, as you can see there. Did get a hit, unfortunately. I'm gonna say with the wrong character as well, judging from my health situation with both of my characters, but fair enough. You can have that, doesn't really matter. That's duality. That simplifies things a little bit. We are going to take that on you. And we are just going to leave. That at least guarantees that we can get more angel rooms and make it a little bit more guaranteed. However, that's still not exactly in a great place here. Ah, jeez. But we can hopefully make something work at least, so I can appreciate that much. Please enter the flame. Very nice. Didn't see a tinted rock, but that's okay. Let's go down first. Don't really want to do long rooms if I can help it. But if that is a dead end, then my choice is easily made. Hands coming from above. That's not a great combination of events here, but fine. Not like I have anything else to worry about in this room, fortunately, so that works out. There's still another hand alive. Only one, I think, so I think that clears it. Secret room might be here. It's not below like it ordinarily seemed. That's not good. Taking silly hits because I am the worst character. I will forever blame it on these two idiots because, quite frankly, they are a nightmare. They are genuinely my least favorite character in the game. And I am very, very happy when I am done with them. It is just too much. It is too much for me. I realize that now. I've accepted it. But I'm not especially happy about the whole situation, even though I have accepted the reality of it. Because I have to work way too hard to do anything with these two. Also just getting no health, which is really unfortunate. Like, we're getting some soul hearts here and there, but it's been very lackluster. D1. I mean, I guess instead of the Yum Heart is probably the better option here, just because we can get, like, some soul hearts that way. I forget you can have 2 active items. We'll just take that for the flies, I suppose. I could D1 the Joker card, actually. That's not a terrible idea. Because then I can just, if I don't get a double deal or angel room, I can at least check it every single time. So I think I will just do that once we're done with this room. Which is going to take a year, but That's fine. Arguably, if this one could just stop going up and down forever, that would be ideal. Fire is genuinely my only method of attack. Night tears are terrible. It's really rough. Just gonna drop some stuff on the floor here. I cannot do that while I'm moving, and then I ran into the enemy because I was confused. Also, I turned around my active items. It's a whole thing. Alright, you have that. Use your active item. Take one. Both take one, I suppose. Left trigger. Brrr. So many buttons. Everything is different and weird on these characters, and I don't care for it. I don't like where I'm standing right now, but it's the only place I have. That one should die pretty quickly, yeah. Please stop moving so I can flame. No brimstone today, really? That's surprising. Okay, should always attack these two a little bit more at the same time, I suppose. Sure. That's fine. Bloop. That's also okay. We did just get a health up anyway, so might as well just immediately get rid of that for 7 seals. Oh, this is becoming real dicey, but whatever. We don't need to get the boss rush at least, so that's fine. We got Curse of the Blind, and you know I'm still going to take the item, whatever it is, because quite frankly, we need it. I'm looking forward to the Angel Room finally opening on this floor and just not being able to make a solid choice. My health situation is dwindling, I would describe it, and quite frankly, I am terrified, but that's fine, it's all fine. We got a horse in the distance, and surely that should save us on these worrying days. Go for the golden chest, actually. I think there's a tinted rock in this room entirely filled with rocks, but it is what it is. Wouldn't mind like a tower question mark card, actually, just to get some health going, because quite frankly, I am lacking in hope currently, and that would perhaps fill it slightly. Even if we just get like one soul heart on this floor, we'd be able to D1 it a couple times, but we'd need to get it. We need to get it first. And that has been the whole problem so far. We are on depths 2. It's tempting to go for the boss immediately to try and get that boss rush, but I am fully aware of what will happen if I try, which is that the boss will not die quickly enough, and also I cannot teleport out of it. Please stop switching my things around. The creep killed the boss there pretty well, which is nice. We'll check this out. A lot of keys used, but fair enough. Nice troll bomb. 0 soul hearts. Worrying. Also, time-wise, we are in a bit of a predicament. Somehow I've gotten my two characters inside each other, which is always a good time because it makes the game significantly easier. And I'm still not sure how to do that consistently. If I knew it, I'd do it every single time, every single run. Because it genuinely is the best possible situation you can get yourself into. I guess they're not even into each other. They're just really close because one's small. I was just misreading the situation, I think. We've seen every single mini-boss in the game this run, which is interesting. There we go. Judgment. That's fine. We've already destroyed a beggar, though, but you know what? That's okay. That actually doesn't matter. Yep. It doesn't matter. There might be a crawl space here, I suppose. There is. Very good. Is it good? Maybe. We're gonna find out today. Nope. That's rough. I mean, the speed down is at least a little bit bad, less bad than I had expected, simply because we are sharing our speed stat. And so both speed ups and speed downs are usually a little less terrible than they otherwise would have been, but I wouldn't have minded to be able to see what that was. But it is what it is. We got some red hearts now, I suppose. Since we've lost all of our soul hearts, I can go in here now. So that's fun. I didn't mean to pick that up, actually. That was an accident. And of course, it was the blood puppy, the one of potentially worst items I could have gotten out of that room. Range down, very good. This is completely falling apart per room. It's sort of incredible. Somehow every single room is bringing something terrible to the situation. Can we make it even worse? Nah, that's okay. That's just a luck up. I mean, I have 5 luck and nothing to use it on. It's really rough. Alright, so what we're gonna do is tears down. Really? I'm gonna D1 that. I'm gonna see if this is a moving box. Okay. Honestly tempting. I can't use that any further, I don't think. I think I'm just gonna give both of these to this character and move on. Alright, we got 90% chance of an angel room, so that's at least kind of positive. 48-hour energy would have been good to know about that one beforehand, but it's too late for that now. There's another one over there, actually. But that could have given me a lot of health. I think I need to get that. There we go. Yep, pick it up again. Now I'm struggling to pick it up a third time. Yep, this is my life. Jeez, okay. We're good. We're fine. Everything's okay. No tinted rock here. Ran into the boss. Very good. Very nice. Ay. At least we can just walk through rocks, which is helping out, I feel, but... This might just be a chest run. There's a very good, very reasonable chance that this is genuinely just a chest run at this rate. Even though, if we were going to Mother, this would actually have been alright. Which is the annoying thing. I think I can do this. Yep, that's fine. 1 item. Little delirium. Yeah, it certainly is something. This is a terrible build. This is a genuinely terrible build. But, I mean, what are you gonna do? Technically, I could blood puppy Hush if we have a year to spend and we somehow survive all of that, but I think I just have to go for chest because I genuinely don't see myself surviving Hush at this rate. And it's unfortunate because there's no guarantee that we are going to get a Hush portal that way. Or a Delirium portal, I mean. And of course we could just hope. If we get one along the way, I have 48-hour energy, and I have D1. I ran into whatever that was. I think it was creep, didn't see it. If we find a soul heart, then I will just spend time to heal up entirely, I think. And I think that's the only way I have to sort of live. To maybe have a chance. But it is entirely based upon, are we going to get a soul heart, which, quite frankly, with this run has been not guaranteed, to say the least. And B, are we going to get a Delirium portal? So, yeah, it certainly is going to be a run, isn't it? Let's just set this dog on fire. That's a terrible thing to say. Let's stop this puppy from hating me. I think that's probably the better way to phrase that, but still not great. But genuinely, I don't know, this is the second time I've been trying to go for Delirium with these characters, and both times has been an absolute nightmare. We're not getting builds with these characters. Like, we've gotten builds with every other character in the game, but these two really don't want it to happen. And it's very frustrating. When specifically the least fun characters in the game also actively try to work against you, but then simultaneously I get like thunder thighs in a blind pull and deal significant amounts of damage to myself upon doing so. It is what it is. Alright. We are going to take some time here to make this situation livable because I will not survive this run otherwise. Why did you have to drop right there? There you go. Need to not pick that up. I'll get it eventually, don't worry. It's gonna take 15 minutes, but once I get it, it's gonna be great. Right, so D1 that. Use the pill. And then just D1 until I get more pills, really. Just turn everything into good times. This is gonna take a while. I have done this before, I'm fairly sure. But ultimately, there's a very consistent way of getting very specific things using the power of the D1. And that's just gonna be it. We are definitely not gonna be in time for Hush. We're at 27 minutes and room 1, but I honestly, even if we make it to Delirium somehow, it's still absolutely not guaranteed that we are going to get anywhere there. But, I mean, what are you gonna do? Pick that up with the wrong character. Alright. Use that there. D1. Would have loved a car battery or something like that as well, and that's unfortunately also not the case. I'm actually just gonna, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get rid of these rocks. Because quite frankly, I do not trust these rocks to not ruin my day further. So, with that, use Bill. Yep, did that wrong, but it's okay. Doesn't really matter in the end, I suppose, if I do that wrong, since there's only so many batteries. Even just pressing the right buttons right now in this situation, which really isn't that complicated, still is messing me up due to the fact that the buttons are all just slightly different. Like, I have to hold the right trigger before I can use my pill. It's just too many buttons. It's just too many buttons. Somehow I've managed to pick up every soul heart with one character. Incredible. But it's fine, it's fine. We'll just take our time. We'll just get to the Delirium portal. I'll just secretly install the mod that opens the Delirium portal at the end of the chest. And then I'll be like, whoa, look at that, that's incredible. Maybe we'll get one somewhere in the womb or something like that, and then I guess I'll just have to go for it, which is also a nightmare, actually. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be great at all. But I got to do something. Otherwise, this will just be a very, very long run. There we go. Take all of that. One more soul heart will remain, which is perfect. With that, we are just gonna wander around this floor for a little bit, slowly but surely clear it out. We have created some flies to help us out on occasion. We have a little champion with a crown that's ultimately not too big of a deal with what we got going on. There is also a secret room or super secret room over there, judging from the cool little fairy that we have. That is currently one of our very useful items. Well, I mean, this enemy will die eventually. Like, that could be the strategy for Delirium as well. Like, this enemy will die eventually. If we can somehow become invulnerable with both characters, it'll work. No one's gonna be happy about it, but it'll certainly eventually get the job done. And perhaps that is what we will strive for this day. Because, quite frankly, my damage is raised on one character. A little bit. It is barely raised in total, and that is the situation we are dealing with right now. There we go. Red chest. I guess I could have duplicated a whole bunch of red chests as well there. That honestly wouldn't have been a terrible idea. Because technically then I could just put... what could I do? I could put... basically just get a full guppy transformation on maybe both of them, honestly, with enough time and, quite frankly, an insurmountable amount of patience, but technically not impossible. And then that way I could have had flight with both characters, and that actually would have been pretty good. However, that is, it's horrendous. I mean, occasionally you just have to go for strategies which are genuinely horrifying to just guarantee that win, I suppose, and it certainly is a thing you can do. It's just very hard for me to say yes to that. There is parts of me that do kind of want to enjoy myself while playing this game, and that is the antithesis, I would describe that as, of truly enjoying myself. Because there could be red chests in the curse room as well. And if there is a red chest in the curse room, I could duplicate soul hearts to go in there like back and forth repeatedly. And then duplicate the chests inside there as well, and it would work. It would 100% work. It would take a long time, but it would work. I'm gonna take that on you, because you already took a syringe. It's a speed up in total, so overall not too terrible. Need to make sure not to accidentally destroy myself. The blood puppy can just deal with this. Very good. I mean, I don't have another trinket anyway, so that's fine. If I get a balls of steel pill as well, that would just really simplify... Well, I say simplify things. It's definitely not going to be easy by any means. But it would make it less complicated, and I can appreciate that for what it is. I will probably heal up before going to the next floor as well. We got a 9% devil deal chance, so I'm feeling lucky. We got horse taking care of the little friends there. I took damage on purpose. Sure, I took damage on purpose so I can more easily then attack over here. Did not work out. There we go. Very cool. There's the blood puppy angry at me again. Very nice. I should just use bombs because a single bomb is enough to deal with this whole situation. And we shoot 2. Alright. We have gone to the devil deal. So we no longer need to concern ourselves with that. We will not get an angel room. I might still duplicate that Joker card on the next floor as well, just so we can really try and maximize whatever we can get out of that. You, very nice. Right, and then you grab that, eat that, and we move on. 1 48-hour energy, 1 Joker card, and a large quantity of patience is going to be enough to get us through the chest, and ultimately, very little else. Admittedly, if I can get a golden key in the chest, I could get a build at least. Still not guaranteed that we are going to get to Delirium, obviously, but yeah. I think at some point I might actually have to resort to that. If we can get a Delirium portal at all in this run, that would just really simplify things a lot. Because I think if I can just get then a red chest or golden chest or something like that, I think I'll be able to create a winning build through a long period of time. But it's gonna be an absolute nightmare to do, is the downside, and the fact that we are not guaranteed a Delirium portal is worrying me at this present moment. I don't know what that is. That's an unidentified pill. Also, if we find another soul heart here, I will simply do the same thing once again. If we find a secret room anywhere, which we should be able to find with the little fairy that we have, we'll at least be able to use that as well. Also, I could just infinitely duplicate keys, so I could open golden chests as well, as long as there's one of them. That's a 2. The fact that I am not missing red health is making this a little complicated. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We are going to blow up this beggar, I guess. Sure. Does that work? No. That's a shame. Okay. In that case, you take that again. We're gonna re-roll all of this. That's terrible. Oh well. We at least have another soul heart waiting for us near the dice room on its own, not bothered by other consumables. So that will do what it needs to do, so that's good. There is a crawl space there? Or a tinted rock, I'm not sure what you're... Oh yeah, alright, I can just walk into them. And the crawl space is... okay. That is Spectral Tears. And we'll just take that on the character that has any damage at all. Which it's barely damage, but still it's technically what it is. One could arguably call what that character has an amount of damage. So that's fine. I don't need to do Hush on this character anymore, right? Yeah, I have beaten Hush on this character. So that's at least one thing I do not need to worry about. Very good, very nice. I guess there is also the possibility that this video will just be every attempt at Delirium until I get it. Which actually isn't like the worst idea either. Since it does at least somewhat guarantee that I get what I want. Also, I could have, I guess, gotten infinite good times with that heart beggar. Also, could have probably just gotten him to pay out easily, really. Since I have Polaroid on the character as well. Like, there's a lot going on. That would have definitely made that possible, but yeah, it's fine. There's a key there. There's a golden chest there. They're both in the same room. That's a little awkward. We find another key, then we're good. I'm a little tempted to just go the obnoxiously long route now that I am where I am. Since technically, it could work out. Probably should have duplicated that chest. Yeah, that works. No longer, I guess, because that reroll room has been rerolled. But just making sure that you know that it could have it could have worked out. I guess it might be worth just to create 99 keys just in case. Just because at least we're going to the chest regardless, so I might as well just try and get as many keys as possible just so we can have an easier time trying to get a build. Because then we'd at least have 99 items. That would obviously work out rather well. There's a super secret room right there, which is fine. Black heart, not bad. I'll duplicate that. That could end up working out in a good way. If I had a golden key, this would also just be a lot simpler. Unfortunately, I do not currently have a way to get a golden key randomly. That'll... huh. Is that it? That's infinite keys, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. In an easy way as well, I do believe, so... that also works, I suppose, but... like, if I just, make sure that I don't mess this up, I could just duplicate that and just do this for a minute. That's not too bad. This is about as good as it can realistically be. Just walk in a circle as long as I take my time. This is a pretty good way to get keys. This is a very silly run, but it certainly is a run. Charged keys, god. What an unlock. Very much worthwhile. I'd love to have at least 2 of these in the room, thinking about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this key. We're going to do that. You're going to take that. You're going to use that. So much thinking involved, but that's fine. Going to use the pill. We got 2 batteries. That's good. So now we can take this. We can duplicate that. And then we can duplicate that a few more times. What a lovely day. Because now there's a little bit more room for me to accidentally walk over a key and it not being the end of the world. So that obviously is a little bit more ideal. And that's wonderful. Just gotta do this weird little walking routine, but that's fine. I can just mash the use button, which is also quite nice. It's nice little luxury that we have going on here. But it certainly is a strategy. Oh god. This is one of the sillier things I've done with D1, I feel, but it is what it is. This is gonna look very similar to my Tainted Cane run, I suppose, whenever that one happens, but it just requires a little bit less thought and a little more this, I guess. Tainted Cane is also a Nightmare character, but for very different reasons. It's a very consistent character once you know what you're doing, but it's an energy drain is what the character is, unfortunately. There we go. Very nice. Now, next order of business. We are going to take the key that is in this room. We are going to put the 48-hour energy over here. You take that, I guess, sure. Duplicate that. I'm gonna give you the... You already have a Joker card, right? Wait, you don't have a Joker card. I'm being silly. I've confused myself. Oh wait, I have a 48-hour energy. Right, okay. So I use that here.
48-hour
Duplicate.
energy.
And duplicate. And... duplicate.
48 hours.
Some people say, how can you enjoy this game so much when... No one says that. I don't know what story I'm trying to make up right now, but quite frankly, this is not how I enjoy the game. Is the summary of whatever that story was going to go. But for now, it is what it is. You are not the person that should be picking up anything.
48-hour energy.
I don't know at which point I'm going to open chests yet, but I'm sure my heart will tell me when the time is right. How much of this is going to be edited out?
48 hours.
We are going to find out together. And that is why the commentary continues. Okay, let's just... Okay, that's alright. That's okay. That's already a pretty good start. That's some health, fair enough. I do realize now the error of my ways of opening these chests. Simultaneously, I'm more inclined, I'm gonna say, to do this in the actual chest than here, because quite frankly, this is a nightmare. Also, the golden chest item pool just isn't what it used to be, you know? So, I actually don't mind to just make this a little bit easier on myself. Your soul is not even that terrible, so I might actually just take that on you, because the brittle bones thing I'm not too interested in. We'll take that. I'm going to just do one more thing here, which is use it one more time. I'm going to drop my current possessions on the floor. Duplicate the Joker card. We'll just have that for later. I mean, we have a decent chance that it's going to open, but not a 100% chance right now. We're just going to play this game for a little bit longer. Very nice. 96, 97, 98, 99. We got It Lives, we got A Build. We got decent tier rate on Esau, actually. Like okay damage and tier rate, all things considered. We have the Soul still, which is doing some work. We have Spectral Tears on him as well. Like, we got some stuff going on, but it just took way too long. Unfortunately, it was a build that is a little bit time sensitive. We got an Angel Room. Alright. Got the cross. I mean, I'll take that on you, I suppose. I'm gonna also... Well, I mean, I was gonna fight it anyway, but then I walked into the statue because once again, forgot I had Thunder Thighs. So that's what it is. I'm sort of hoping I can get a second key piece somehow. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that, but I mean, it would be nice. I will just get the Polaroid up and active. There we go. Sure, why not? Yep, of course you get the soul heart. Ah, you bastard. Okay. So you can have that. I don't really care that much. You can have this. And that, I suppose, as well. Ah. How can I realistically get another key piece? Because I suppose Mega Satan is now the way to go. However, if I get 99 chests available, then that's fine. Why did I not... I, for some reason, forgot to pick up the 48-hour energy, I suppose, after that whole ordeal, so that was a good thing to remember. I'm not sure if I can get an angel room in my current situation, even though I have duality. I feel like because I took a devil deal, it's going to be bad, but we'll see, I suppose. Let's move on. I think first order of business is now to just use the 48-hour energy. Well, not really 48-hour energy, to just duplicate the Joker card by not doing specifically that. Very good. Very nice. Let's just take these on different characters for a moment. Because quite frankly, there's a reasonable chance I'm going to want to take it on that character anyway. It is one step closer to conjoined, is the thing. I like Purgatory. It's a fun item. But how fun is it, really? Realistically speaking, how much fun are we going to have here? I guess I could just get rid of that situation. And now you're just on full soul hearts all the time, which I guess is okay. Yeah. Take the Joker card. Technically, we could get an angel statue in a super secret room as well. So that's kind of nice. We will... Okay, that's just really nice. That simplifies this floor at least. I'm surprised that even with the soul that managed to hit me in the way it did, but fair enough, I suppose. We are just going to keep duplicating that soul heart. I'm not even going to just start off with the 48-hour energy nonsense, but if need be, we can use that at the very end. There is a secret room right there. With a bunch of nothing, unfortunately. Not sure why I'm using 2 sets of bombs, but don't worry about it. It's all fine. Little Abaddon doing his best over there, but unfortunately it's just it's a very awkward follower to use with a character that is universally hated. So it is what it is. But for now, we're just gonna move on, make some ghosts. So I guess Purgatory is actually pretty fun. All things considered. It's working out. It's doing some damage. That last hit came a little bit more sudden than I feel I was ready for. But that's okay. Eternal Heart. Is that any good in my current situation? It isn't a key piece is what it is, but that might not matter too much because if we can make more or less infinite items if we just get somewhat lucky with chests. I don't know. We don't really need to get super lucky because we obviously start off with 4 chests in the chest. So we can start duplicating already. But obviously for actually infinite items, we would need a little bit of luck. Since we need a key to drop or a chest or something like that. I mean, this obviously helps. Did I not put my trinkets back? I did not. Alright, let's just leave this place because I was trying to be fancy about it and it did not work out. I was meant to put that trinket on the other character. So you can get this and this. And you can get that and that. And now I have all my tier 8 and good stuff on one character and all my nonsense on another one that is also physically available in this run. Which is how frequently these characters are played. There we go. I guess I might as well just fight Isaac right now. That doesn't really matter too much. There we are. If I don't get a Delirium Portal, I am gonna be fairly annoyed, but I mean, it is what it is, ultimately. I can only do so much about it at the end of the day. At least we got some defense going on in the form of Polaroid and a large amount of health, which is nice. Damage-wise, as you can see, it's not perfect. It is taking quite a while to clear out anything. But the blood puppy's doing his best, and quite frankly, maybe that's what we just need right now. Slow beams crossing the room. Watch the Delirium Portal show up right here. Nope, not even that. Alright, that's fine. We're gonna get some health back because quite frankly I've taken all the damage. Which is also a little bit of a concern, admittedly, if we are going to do Mega Satan, but if we can create a ridiculous build, then that will hopefully be okay. Need 3 more soul hearts. I'm just gonna clear out the rest of this floor in case we can find some silliness somewhere on this floor as well. Which would be nice. Some silliness would be appreciated at this present moment in time. Admittedly, I can also just take more damage because of the silliness. But that's fine. We have infinite health on this floor in particular, so it's all good. Okay, but I do actually need to not actually die, though. We are getting into kind of a low health situation on our characters here. Well, that was, yeah, that was about as horrible as that could have gone, but we got through that. Right, okay, so you take that, you take that, duplicate that. I nearly actually forgot to do this, which would have actually been fairly bad. But fortunately it's fine.
48-hour
because if I don't have at least a charge to make the first one, then obviously we are not in a great place. But since we are capable of doing that, we are fine. Okay, that should do. 48-hour energy. I'll take that. Duplicate and a duplicate. Roll through the soul hearts. And only a few more times. Blah, 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 blah. Slowly but surely. It gets you to the end of the race. You ever just win but don't feel like a winner? That's how this run feels. That's how runs that require this much effort to make anything happen feel. And it's still with a very, very real caveat of we're just not going to get a Delirium Portal. And that is what's making it oh so much juicier at the end of the day. It's fine. If we don't get a Delirium Portal, it means this video will simply be a full hour longer than it needs to be. It is what it is. Could use bombs, I guess. Alright, so we're missing 2 soul hearts. We can, I think, just grab those. Yep. That's okay. We have 48-hour energy on the floor. We got a Joker card in hand. We have seen the Devil Deal. We have seen the super secret room. There is an Eternal Heart in there. I don't think that helps me. If I can get rid of my red hearts on Jacob, that would actually be okay. But if not, that's okay as well, I suppose. 2 big rooms. Very cool. My Devil Deal I don't really care about too much more from this point on, but I'm still, I think, just going to duplicate this thing there. Let's just not worry about it at first too much. Just need to get stuff in the right rooms right now. That's going to be priority number 1. Once we've done that, We'll do all the other stuff for now. Let's just make sure we got everything set up properly. The blood puppy is angry at me again, which is great. Yep. Wonderful combination of events going on in this room. Immediately lost 3 hearts already at the start of the room. There is a gray chest there, which does simplify things a little bit. It's also in quite a large room, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take all of this from the get-go. That's a gnawed leaf, which in many instances would be pretty good. The thing is, like, if I were to... I don't think I can get Diplopia at this point. I don't think I'm going to get another gnawed leaf either. Even though I haven't picked it up yet. I think that's how that works. But, like, if I did this, then I could just... Like, we still have that option. That we literally just play as one character, but the moment I shoot... that's the gnawed leaf stops working. So I need some way to damage him. Well, just effectively avoiding attacks the entire fight. Which 7 seals could do. But it's not ideal, and I can't exactly switch my health between the characters either, so it's just all just not great. So let's just take that. I guess it doesn't really matter who takes this. Teleport's kind of fun. But what we're really here to do is get a charge on our thing there, which I forgot about. So you're going to take that, you're going to take that. We're going to do another big room. Fortunately, our build is capable of destroying random goons, and that is what we're dealing with in this room, at least. And the other one, wasn't as great. It was not as great. That's another great chest, wow. Alright, well that simplifies things at least a little bit, so I can appreciate that for what it is. We're just going to be here for a moment to make some silliness. Because quite frankly, I need a little bit of joy in my life after playing this run. So we're just going to make that joy happen by ourselves. And that is what this build is for. It's a very silly way of playing the game, but my god, is it effective. Either this or a car battery, like either way. As long as you can get a battery somewhere in there, you're good. This time around we found the 48-hour energy D1 combination, which, as per usual, does exactly what it sets out to do. That's... There we go. We're all good. It's gonna take a minute, but sometimes you could argue that it's worthwhile. I also kind of want to duplicate that Joker still, even though I said I didn't really care that much. I guess I'll do that in the other room. It's fairly unlikely it's gonna happen in here. Although, I suppose if I just... I'm struggling to pick up this pill with this character for some reason. I guess if I just do this long enough here, then eventually it'll duplicate it. Theoretically, at least. Either way, I'm going to want a lot of these things anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I do it here or there. Either eventually I'm going to have a large quantity of pills, or I'm going to have a second Joker card, and then I'll just do it in the other room. But quite frankly, it's starting to look like I should probably just do it in the other room. So you are going to take that. You are going to take this. Use that once. We're going to drop that all on the floor. You take that, you take that, as per usual. That's a chest. Slowly walk around. That's a chest. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. The wrong character has the... Oh, wait, I can make this a lot easier on myself. By just doing this. just in terms of what buttons I have to press, I feel like this is a little bit easier for me specific. Oh, never mind. I have 2 active items on that character. That doesn't make life easier at all, but yeah, that's fair enough. For some reason, I struggle with my right hand, I guess, in this particular purpose.
48.
And ultimately, that's not the end of the world. There we go. What do we got? Krampus. Right, you are real. You are a real one. I mean, there is a black heart there, which is at least something. There's also a red heart there now, which is not great. And coal, which is also there. Yeah, I can sort of make this work out, I suppose. Magician is okay, but effectively something I already have. Poison those. Would I want coal on anyone? Like, technically, through an irritating process, I could get myself full black hearts this way. It's certainly a process, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna open some chests here, I think. Loop. That's pretty good. That's okay. That's maybe not what I want ever. That could ruin my day in a major way. So we're just gonna leave that alone. It's conjoined with tractor beam, which is a great way to have conjoined. I'll take that on you, actually. And yeah, we're just gonna be here for a little while longer, playing the make chests game. There we go. I mostly just want to have chests be away from Lazarus's rags, I guess. That would be kind of nice. So I don't accidentally pick that up, because that would be a disaster. Do that. Should probably take the Joker card, I guess, since I don't really need to duplicate that anymore. Bloop. Otherwise, it's just going to be a great run called Jacob and Esau don't make any progress. And honestly, at this stage, I'm a little tempted to do that if we don't get a Delirium Portal, because, quite honestly, it has been quite the voyage, and I am a little tired, but we'll see what happens at the end of this week, I suppose, is the thing for me. Dr. Fetus's remote. Box of spiders. Get double conjoined, I guess. That's pretty fun. Thank you. Oh. That's interesting. Beelzebub on one character. Now I need to get flight on the other, or it's going to be miserable. And I would like it to not be miserable. Let's get you. Mark Tears. Very fun. I'll take that. It's going to be the room of all the terrible items in the game. All the items that I can't quite use, especially with a character where it just gets even more confusing because one of them would have marked tears and the other one doesn't. Like, how would that even work? I don't know. But I think the answer to that is going to be in a way that I don't want it to. So preferably, we just don't have that happen.
48.
And I feel like, on the one hand, I don't hate the strat of doing it this way to just duplicate the batteries in here so I don't have to walk back and forth as much. But if I keep making batteries, then obviously it's a little different. There we go. Very nice. Let's open some more. You get that one. There you go. Very nice. That's an active item. Curious. What would this look like? Yeah, that's about what you'd expect, I suppose. PhD. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do. Range up. Cool. We could have gotten infinite of that, I suppose, since one of my characters' range is 2, but, I mean... truth be told, I forgot. That's pretty fun. Just gonna make a big mess at least, so we got that going for us. Don't really want the BFF, I think. Unless I particularly want to... Didn't mean to do that. Ooh, we have 5 luck on this character, so I guess that's fine. That's spun, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly going to be a build at this rate. For both characters as well. I kind of want to give you this. Just because I think it would be funny. Plus it makes the flame significantly larger, which is also pretty great. I might just run like this for a while, you know? I don't really want that. Ooh, that got real close. I'm actually just gonna... I'm tempted to just take this and just leave this alone for a while and just play the game for a minute just to see... Hey, do we get a Delirium Portal at the end of this floor? Because build-wise, we're actually pretty good right now. The fact that we only got flight on one character is not great, but obviously everything is dying instantly, so... we got some good stuff going on that regard. If we don't get a Delirium Portal, we have to get Dad's Key to clear Mega Satan. Which would be our second chance to get what we want. There is an Eternal Heart there, which you could argue is a way to heal. I'll just duplicate that, I guess. Those are both great. We'll leave those alone. As long as I still have a gray chest in this big room, I'm not too worried about what is happening. But we're just going to leave those alone for now. Just because right now, this is the kind of build that I would like to have for these characters to fight Delirium. Like something that just destroys everything. Also it befriends flies, which is actually kind of nice as well. So as long as we could just get something like this, then we're fine. There's red hearts in that room. That's a little annoying. Admittedly something fixable, but... Meh. Like, sometimes it seems like it doesn't do that much damage, and then everyone dies. A lot of great chests on this floor as well. It's actually kind of amazing. There's a part of my mind that's like, if I just install that mod right now, would anyone truly notice? I mean, there's really no way to even say that I didn't at the end of the day, I suppose. I mean, I could show it, but even that, and these are videos, you can edit everything. Oh my god. Okay. 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 That's fine. We are in a situation that's acceptable. I'm gonna open some chests. Like that one. I promise you I haven't installed the mod where this is guaranteed. Oh my god. That's actually kind of unreal. I'm very happy about it because quite frankly, I can just make a build. I can build a build and then we're just done with it at the end of it. But this is ridiculous. It's actually genuinely implausible, I feel, that we actually got what I wanted for once. Because it's just so tedious. Yeah, I'll take that on you. As I may have mentioned, this is not my favorite character in the game. There are other characters which I have preferences for. This is really nice. And genuinely, the moment I'm done with this character on this save file, I will most likely never touch them again because they are infuriating. They are the most infuriating characters to me in this entire video game. So the moment that I can just let go of that, I'm over the world. I'm over the moon, like genuinely. This might actually be the active item I take with me as well, just because that's really strong. But this is genuinely unbelievable, and I'm so happy about it. I'm honestly. Eventually I would have installed the mod. I think it's more likely that eventually I would have just installed the Delirium Portal mod, I think it's just called, and just cheat that way because I mean, it would have either been that or just do Mega Satan runs, because I was not having any success in the previous run with Hush, as you may have seen. It was horrendous. It was pretty rough the entire time we were trying that, so... And I really don't expect that to be any different until we just get a build that just happens to work, but even then, I really would prefer a build that's this stupid. I didn't mean to duplicate these, but that's fine. Like, this is entirely okay for me. And I might just go in a second as well. I don't really know what I would particularly want at this stage. Like, Wafer would be really nice, obviously, but I don't know which character I would want it. I guess I could try to get spun on you, but that seems unlikely. Not impossible, granted, but yeah, that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. That's just really, really neat. I'd love to get flight on this character as well. I kind of need to not pick up more poop items with you, I think, because I'm worried you're going to get a heart container like that. But that doesn't actually give you a heart container, it just heals you when you destroy poops. Fair enough, I thought it actually gave you a heart container. Which is fair enough, I suppose. Getting close to spun on both characters, which is wild. Dead Sea Scrolls, everyone's favorite item. D8. Alright. Just a little bit longer in this fun adventure. I still need to heal as well. I kind of forgot about that, but there's soul hearts right here, so that's fine. Oh, right, yeah. Wait, I have a dark bum, right? Yeah. That works. Lover's card. Go nuts. I found pills, very good. Oh. Did that wrong. Mustn't do that. Must not make those mistakes. Oh, now it's a black heart. I did not actually think that was possible to change. I thought you'd always get the exact same thing every single time you did that, but I guess not. Fair enough. I don't mind it, but it's not how I recalled it working. And that surprises me. I picked that up with the wrong character. I need to I need to drop some things here. That doesn't really matter who picks those up, I suppose. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Make a lot of batteries. There we go. I really cannot overemphasize how much I truly and genuinely despise these two characters. Oh god. Can I get an R key, realistically? No. Well, no. I don't think so. I haven't found the secret room yet. If there is any way I can get an item in there, then that would work. That could work. I think that's not too interesting. Where's my secret room? Let's just quickly check out how this build works as well. Yeah, fine. Oh, there's my secret room. Or my super secret room for that matter, actually. That's great. If I can make a chest in the secret room, then we're good. And I think there's no more keys on this floor. Can I get keys on this floor? Cause and now we're talking the best possible strategies. If I get a key bum and then just get him to pick up a lot of keys, like a lot of keys in the same room, I suppose, then I could maybe turn that into a chest in the secret room, depending where it is, because apparently it's not on this floor, which is a problem. Hopefully there is a super secret room anywhere on this floor, but so far I think the fairy moves quicker usually if there is a super secret room or secret room adjacent to said room, and so far it's not exactly moving at the speed that I'm expecting to see when there is actually something noteworthy, but if I can get an R key, I will also just get Mother out of the way with the really, really powerful build, and then we never have to look at this character again. Admittedly, I'd love to get this run over before the end of my life, but I mean, sometimes it is like that. Where is the super secret room? Like, actually, though. Because this is... It's nowhere. I mean, I guess it could be here. I guess there's still like a part of the floor we haven't even looked at yet. I suppose. That's pretty good. You take that. Probably should have killed you last. Oh well. There's the super secret room. Uh-huh. 2 black sacks. Thinking face. I guess a judgment card. Yeah. Wait, no, that doesn't work because I'd have to be able to re-roll it as well. I could get a d6. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. God, this is such a nightmare run. I'm really trying to get the worst possible things out of it, but quite frankly, if we could just get everything out of the way in one go, ooh, I'm going to be real happy about that. I'm going to be real happy if we can, so... First order of business, let's get ourselves a d6. It's going to take a minute, but certainly not impossible. You are a follower that's not part of Conjoined. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, bookworm. I guess we didn't actually get that yet, but that'll happen when it happens. Probably won't get that chest in the middle, but that's fine. Let's just duplicate that real quick. I guess I could just do it like this. If I just hold the candle above my head, eventually they'll duplicate an item, I'm sure. This isn't even the worst way I could realistically do this, I feel. There we go. We have got a rhythm, sort of. Let's open some more chests. That's guillotine, which is also known as the scary one. That's apples, which is known as the fun one. Probably should have taken it on the character with 5 luck, but you know what? Too late for that. Tooth and nail. I mean, that's fine. You get this. Because I think it would be funnier. Just have one character that effectively does nothing, and the other one destroy the world. Seems fun. There we go. I need to get rid of this candle. But what would replace this? I guess the book would be okay. Because at least then I'm going to stop holding that candle over my head. At most, I'll just be using the book on occasion, and that's fine. There we go. Did that wrong. Did that wrong instantly. That's still fine. Doesn't really matter. Just want that d6. I have used the book at this point. May not have noticed. It was fairly subtle. And it was there. I didn't recharge. Oh god, that's actually kind of annoying. Maybe I should have the candle. Because if it doesn't recharge my thing when I use it like this, then that is a lot of button presses. Oh my god. Oh my god, what is happening? I found pills. What are you doing here? Get that out of my room. Alright, we're gonna go back to this because this is you know what? We're gonna go back to you not having this item. We're just gonna hope that I not miss. Nope, almost. You do that. Right, and then you take this. Yes. And then I'll just have it on the one that doesn't have 2 active items because it's significantly less confusing. Shouldn't have taken the school back. I'm starting to realize that now, but I didn't expect that to be a problem. Really didn't expect that to be a problem, but fair enough, I suppose. Nope, not you. That was the reason why I didn't on the other character, because you're too small. I need to make this character larger. What a weird problem to have. This could be on anyone, I suppose. That's good on... Yeah, that's fine. There it is, okay. That simplifies things a bit. Right. Also, just for getting items in general, I feel like this is a better way to go. You take that one, not instead of that. Very good. Okay, next up is duplicating the... this a couple times. The judgment card. And placing it in the super secret room. I picked up the book again. I don't even know how that happened. What is this? Lovers. This is such a stupid run. I can't overemphasize how stupid this run is, but whatever, it's fine. Everything jar, cool. I'm actually just gonna... There's nothing... Is there anything in my secret room? There's like coins, but that's about it, right? I think so. You can have that. I'm... What? You, tiny child, can have the 48-hour energy. Alright, that's fine. Drop this all on the floor. You take that. I have confused myself. Right. Let's duplicate that once, I guess. I have genuinely confused myself here. This run has been going on for too long, is the problem, what we're facing right now. And it's a struggle. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to get a battery. We're going to get some batteries in that general area because it's a little bit easier to manage. There we go. Then you. I drop the judgment card on the floor over here. And we are going to have Tiny Child pick up this. Duplicate. And duplicate. I would like it if you weren't so close to the thing there, but that's fine, I suppose. And duplicate. Alright. And then we're going to use one judgment over here. Gonna use one judgment over here. A judgment over there. And the judgment over there. And that'll probably be okay. Now we're just gonna give some coins to this one. Ugh. I need a more comfortable chair for these infinite runs. But it is what it is. At least we got an item to pay out of that one really quickly. And that's obviously pretty great. That's a key, which got picked up by the other child, which I definitely didn't forget was in the corner there. Just give me like another... Yeah, that'll do. And then finally, you there. I could also give hearts to the demon beggar since there's plenty of red hearts on this floor. But quite frankly, once I have 3 items, I think I'm just going to go on a reroll spree. There we go. Okay, we got that. Very good. Now, we are going to take this with the tiny child. We are going to use it once here. We are going to create a couple of batteries in this room. And with a couple, I do really mean quite a lot, because this is going to take a minute probably to get that R key, but it will work eventually. There we go. I mean, granted, this is probably enough, and there's still plenty of pills on this floor as well, but I really just want to get this over with. Alright. You take that. I'm keeping the hourglass in case I mess it up somehow. That's none of those are our keys. They're all fun, but not what I'm looking for. Use.
48 hours.
Well, that was a lot quicker than I had expected. Okay. So he got the R key. Okay. Now, next up, next order of business. Can we get a little bit more invulnerable? I'm gonna use these rerolls to do that. I might get... What's that thing again? I need you to get, like, here. This is awkward. Yeah, I can't really see what that is the thing. I don't know if this is the one that... How do I figure out what that bone item is? Because it's in a terrible spot. But I don't really want to risk it. Just don't worry about it. That's fire mine. That's... I mean, that's not bad, but it's not what I want. Gotta make sure... Don't want to keep the D1. I mean, kinda, right? Yeah. Let's get some active items in a different place here. I'm fairly sure I have, like, yeah, I have a room here to... Just gonna put... we're gonna put the R key there, as to limit the chance that I use it by accident. And then we are going to take the box of spiders and do this with it. Alright. Now, we're gonna reroll all of this. There's Abel. We're gonna take that for fun. That one's for me. To get just a lot of conjoined going on, because that seems funny to me. And then finally, this might crash the game. Real quick. Just saving the game real quick. Before I ruin my life, really. Because that would be an adequate description of what would happen there. We're not crashing the game yet. I'm just making sure that continues to be the case. I think the game is not yet crashing with this build. Very good. I mean, chocolate milk is fun, but I don't really want to bother. I mean, this is really good, actually. That one right here. That is going to make life a lot safer. Everything else here, I don't care that much about if I have it or not. I mean... This is okay, just because it's a little bit of extra defense. I'll actually take that on that character. And then you get that, and you get another reroll. There's the key bomb that I was talking about previously. A little bit of extra defense, plus we are getting close to getting that character flight, I think, so that's quite nice. My reflection could be hilarious, but maybe not this time. All of that stuff is garbage. I picked that up with the wrong character. It is so impossible to pick up anything with a character that small. There is the game crasher. Let's see if it's true. Just making sure. Just looking at the lay of the land. It's not crashing yet. It might when we actually attack something with it, but that's fine. Take that. Touch this. Now they're both flying, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. I can take the miter. And I think I might just go with this build. I would love a wafer, actually. That's like the one thing which would... finish this run, I would say. Just to make that a little bit of extra safety there. And that is definitely something that we can get here as well. There it is. That was surprisingly quick. Alright, you take that. Also, you take... No, you know what? We're going to stop with the items where I'm like, oh, I think this will be funny. But no, we're just going to play this very seriously. You are going to take... the R key. You are going to select the hourglass. And I think we're just going to go like this. I'm going to take the D1 instead of the D6 so I can get health whenever I want. With you, yes. Also, I will take 2 48-hour energy pills. Just in cases. There we go. And now we're ready to go to the delirium floor after an hour and 26 minutes, or as the recording time calls it, an hour and 34 minutes. If I jump into the golden chest by accident, I'm going to scream. Get in there. Get in there. Good. Good. I hope I brought the R key with me and I didn't accidentally pick up another item or something stupid like that. But no, we have the R key. We're good. Everything's fine. Oh, jeez. I mean, we have flight on both characters, so we can do that. Somehow I healed all my red hearts. I don't really realize when that happened. Ooh, that looks pretty. I'm shooting as little as I physically require. The game is stuttering a little bit here and there. And we got delirium from the first try. That's pretty cool. I'm going to hold the attack button and hope it doesn't crash. That's going to be the strat. It is working so far. We are dealing decent damage. Delirium's dead. We have done what we set out to do in this run. Alright. That is a bloody post-it note. We are now going to use the R key. And we are going to take the mother route and beat the game. If there is a map, I would actually like that. Anything else, I don't really care about that much. I'm not going to check any other rooms. We're not going to get any other items. We are driven to take the most straightforward path that we need to take. And it's going to be great. There we go. Very good. I'm just going to go in there. We have enough keys. We have a weirdly large amount of poop friends right now. I guess we picked up Dirty Mind somewhere along the way. We unlock Suplex, which is an item, and it's hilarious. It's not, like, amazing, but it's not terrible either. So that'll happen when it happens. Maybe not. Nothing silly. We are just gonna get through this and not crash the game. I'm tempted by restock, actually, because I wouldn't mind mapping. So we might go and find some more of that later. For now, as I said many times, we are just gonna go. Maybe check out an angel room every now and then. Sure. Doesn't really change life much. We have taken half a heart of damage. Mustn't do that. We must be careful. I mean, playing the game with a build like this is hilarious. This is how Jacob and Esau were meant to be played, I'm fairly sure. Because it's the stupidest build I've possibly ever had on these two characters, and it's the first time I've ever had fun with them. Pretty interesting birthright, actually, but I'm gonna leave that alone. If I... Oh, God. I'm gonna have to make sure not to die to the lost sequence. The odds are fairly low, but I don't have extra lives. So, keep that in mind. What? Okay. Also, I'm concerned that I'm just gonna destroy the mirror because of my bigness, but I'm sure that's not a thing. I'm sure that's not real. I'm just making things up to be scared of right now, but there's a lot of tears flying all over the place and I'm worried. I just want to get out of here. Get me out of this nightmare. I want no scary things. I want no accidental deaths. I want this run to get to the end. And quite frankly, it's looking positive. As long as we can manage to not crash the game or accidentally jump into a hole somewhere where we're not supposed to, we should be okay. Really actively trying to avoid anything that can change this build, because even that I'm like, ugh. If there's anything that's like just tips it over the edge into crashing territory, I don't want to do this again. I just want to make it to the end. Who's still alive? Oh. Pins. I don't know how many characters we're going to end up in a situation like this, where this is just going to be the way we're going to do it, because it is obviously a very effective strategy when you have the option. Also, my tears are stuck on this enemy. they were very stuck on that enemy for some reason. But yeah, there are going to be many more very difficult characters. Obviously, very different from this character, but still very difficult characters nonetheless. Let's get that on you just for fun. And there's a very real chance that we're going to get a similar kind of run going again at a future point. I really want to avoid it as much as possible because, quite frankly, it's a ridiculous way to play the game, and every day. But occasionally, if I do get the option on a character like this, I will try to manipulate everything as much as possible to just get it to end. I think I once tried to do it on Lilith and then accidentally went too far and like got soft locked in a fight where I couldn't leave anymore. And obviously I would like to avoid that. Those lightning effects might actually be pretty good. Also I'm just gonna do this the slightly non-standard way and simply bomb my way in there. Just to make life a little bit easier. We have so many friends coming along with us on this ride. I didn't actually expect so many of them to follow us in there, but fair enough, I guess. Jacob doesn't want to go through the door. Don't worry about it. That's just the way it is. As long as we don't die on the way out of here, because that would be hilariously sad, but quite frankly, I'm feeling... Although I'm getting a little tired, I'm feeling reasonably confident that we're going to be okay. I think I want it on you. It doesn't really matter. It's going to become a knife either way. I'm fairly sure, but no risks. The time for risks is over. We are now simply running into Mother and dying. There we go. Just take your time. No silly damage. I don't know why that didn't hit me, and I'm not going to answer any more questions relating to it, because quite frankly, she went through me. But too late for that now. We're already moving forward. I'm taking more damage than I should. I'm aware of it. I should slow down. I should slow down, because speed is what kills you here. And as such, I will take it reasonably slowly. We're just gonna not panic. We still have plenty of health left as well. It's not like it's gonna be the end of the world if we mess up here too much, but obviously... oh god, that's not great. Okay, the next up is this way then. This'll do. Little tempted to just fly out of here when I can, rather than doing the strategy of using that hangman card in the next room, but probably shouldn't. It's gonna be a little bit messy to not be able to see where I'm going in that area, but don't worry about it. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Don't worry. Oh, apparently he's following that one. We're good. We made it through the scary bit. Everything's fine. We have a knife. We have all the required things to win here. We still have an hourglass, which can even rectify whatever silly mistakes we can end up making. But I'm feeling, even then, slightly confident that we're probably gonna be alright. These enemies kind of suck. I'm not gonna lie. I could go without these enemies. It's just... and then we only find these from this point on. But that's fine, it's fine, it's fine. There we go. Great Gideon. Ordinarily slightly tedious this time around. Still slightly tedious, but not like the worst, since the entire room is dying every time I fire. I'm doing some interesting things with this hallowed ground little poop that we got going on, but yeah, I don't mind it. Maybe not. Just get in there. Health is getting a little bit on the low side on one of the characters, but I can probably fix that if need be. Not gonna worry about it right now. We're just gonna move on. If at any point my health is getting into somewhat of a danger zone, I can probably figure something out somewhere. on any of the future levels, realistically speaking. The fact that I got 3 red heart containers is actually pretty comforting, because that character does have the wafer anyway. So in terms of defense, we're pretty much good to go regardless. But I'm still scared until we win. It is still these 2 characters. And that will never stop worrying me until the day that the run is over and we have made it successfully to the end. There's a restock here. Because of our item, let's just heal up entirely. Don't hate that. That was actually a pretty good way to spend the remainder of my money, I would say, because quite frankly, it's not like we're going to buy anything else at this point. A map would have been nice, but it's fine. Haven't seen this boss in a bit. We still really won't, but you know, haven't seen him in a bit either. There we go. Next up is Mom's Heart. Just making sure that yes, we are indeed going to Mother and I haven't messed up colossally. You never know. It's good to verify these things. Slightly too late perhaps, but verify them nonetheless. There we go. Mosey on through the floors. The build is acceptable at this point. We only deal 19 damage. So it's not like, you know, massive damage. It's just that we shoot 100 million tears per shot. And that apparently is fairly effective as well. The fact that I'm still tense at this point in the run, you know, that's how I feel about these 2 characters. I think that's the best description I can give about these 2 characters in particular. That even at this stage in the run, I don't feel comfortable. And I just want this run to be over. Boop. Because quite frankly, we're immortal. And everything's dying in one hit. And we're flying with both characters, so it's not like one of them is going to get stuck behind a rock or anything like that. Like, we have created a build that is going to destroy absolutely everything and survive pretty much everything the game can realistically throw at you at this point. And yet, I want this run to be over. So much more than anything. It is wild. And luckily, pretty much regardless what happens at this point, we are going to get out of this victorious. Even if the game like crashes for some reason, we'll be able to continue from, well, this point effectively, and we'll just find some way around it. But the scary part of this nonsense is over, and that's still very nice. And yet, here I still am hoping for this run to be over. And these are the only characters that really make me feel this way as well. If only just because I just kind of wrap my head around controlling 2 characters. Even the horrendously like unfair tainted characters like Lazarus and the Lost and stuff like that. Even that I'm looking forward to more than ever playing these characters again. D1 is also just D1 with what's it called? With the 48-hour energy is such a powerhouse. Like, it really can carry just about every single run with almost every single character, I would say. And yeah, this is living proof of it. There she is. Not even holding the attack button that much. I'm just making sure there is enough damage on screen to finish the fight. There we go. It is over. We are done with Jacob and Esau after a 1 hour and 48 minute recording session. We unlocked Magic Skin, which is terrible. We unlocked Solomon's Baby, which is a multiplayer baby, which we're never going to see. And we have a post-it note that's fully completed with a character that I well and truly hope I never have to touch again. And somehow we still have retained our win streak as well. And all in all, I'm going to consider that a victory, and I hope you do as well. It has been a strange week of runs, but I am very happy with the progress that we have made today. What we have left as non-tainted characters is the Lost and Lazarus. We have completed every other non-tainted character And we are so close now. And I am looking forward to completing these remaining things. Obviously the losses is so nightmare, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But we're done with this. So either way, that is that. I hope you all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we'll do a different run with a different character. And I hope to see you all there. Bye-bye.